You know, regardless of how often I treat this pond, how often I spray for filamentous algae, inevitably, there are always a few floaters hanging around that just annoy me. And I'm being a little nitpicky here, right here in the beach area. You can see a few floaters. There's more scattered out that way. Over here on the other side of the dock, there are quite a few more out this way on the far side of the dock. So generally, the pond looks pretty great, but pretty great just doesn't do it for me. I'm a bit of a perfectionist, and I don't like this look. And so if folks are gonna come out here and swim, I want the water clear. And so I've come up with what I think is a genius method to clear algae off your pond. Obviously, things like beneficial bacteria and algaecide are the way to go to actually eradicate algae, pond dye as well. But what I have for you is some temporary relief, and it's temporary relief on steroids. Behold the ECHO PB-9010T backpack leaf blower. This thing's a monster. It used to be the world's most powerful backpack blower. Now it's just the most powerful backpack blower on the property. I still think it's number 2. Husqvarna has one maybe a little bit bigger. This thing is absurd. Just watch. Just watch. I'm gonna have some fun with this thing too. Got a few floaters there. See if we can do this and not destroy my camera. Look at it at idle. Ah! So did I kill that algae? No, but I displaced it in a hurry. Because of how turbulent the water is, some of it did get knocked down to the bottom and sank, so it's no longer on the surface. The rest of it blown out of the area, or blown out to where the sprinkler is to knock it down. You know, I used to use the sprinkler, that garden hose there, and the fire hose I built to kind of make it rain on this stuff to knock it out of here. And that works, but this is way faster and a whole lot more fun. Because the water clarity is on point. We just had some floating algae, some filamentous algae. Look how clean and clear the water is. Let me get my big goofy shadow out of the way. That water is pristine. And so yeah, that algae will rear its ugly head again tomorrow or the next day, or maybe even later today. But it's a temporary fix and it's kind of fun to do it. Another thing that's kind of nice, if you're trying to spray all the filamentous algae, what you could do is use that blower to kind of get everything into one corner. Maybe go out on the boat, push it into one corner so you can spray it. It's hard to spray this algae when it's broken up in 1,000 different places across the pond. And speaking of boat, I've always been extremely curious if the ECHO PB-9010T tube throttle can push or propel my John boat. Let's check it out. So I went ahead and pulled the trolling motor off, not because I thought you guys would assume I'm making it up and using that when I'm really not. Just gonna kind of be in the way if I put the blower at the back. I'm not sure how I'm gonna fit it on here, but we're gonna give it a test and see what it can do. I'm gonna leave the camera, I think, on shore for now. This thing does throw a ton of water. I'm soaked. I think that's a decent vantage point for you guys. I'm not exactly sure how I'm gonna do this. Maybe I'll put my sandals back on because the bottom of the boat's nasty. Yeah, how am I going to do this? Where do I want to put this thing? Hopefully I can at least get it offshore. I may just be like side discharging it and... Whoa, baby. Hey, Adam, how'd you ruin your really expensive leaf blower? Well, guys, I lost it in a pond. Problem is I don't have reverse on this thing. I just get her started and see what she'll do. I guess I'm not putting it in the water. I could bring the camera out here. Usually starts one pole on land. This is actually pretty awesome. If you had a way to like truly harness where this blows, you get this thing moving. Try it behind me here. Problem is, we're going to sit myself. As anticipated, there's a bit of a learning curve trying to pilot a boat with a leaf blower, but it is kind of fun. I have that fire hose line running through the water. It's like a 1-inch SDR11, like hard plastic. Kind of forgot it was there for like prop purposes, but with this airboat, you can just right over it. Hey, let me take you guys out to the dock and we'll shoot it from there. I'll tell you, that really makes you appreciate or get perspective for an airboat and how it works. It's actually kind of awesome if you had a better way to, like, you know, channel the air. Also makes you appreciate hearing protection, which I have sitting over there. I just didn't put on. I usually always have it on when I run that thing, at least for extended periods of time. That was my first venture airboating with that thing. So back to the algae though, that blower has been fantastic to keep algae out of the swimming area. My boat floats off here. I still want to repaint this thing and call it the SS John Beer. Just haven't gotten around to it. It looks like some of it creeped back in on me when the water was off. But once I usually get it blown out of here, I have these garden hoses going. I killed it while I was in the boat. I got my fire hose going here. Let me turn him on from my phone. There he goes. So between those two hoses now, we'll make enough waves through here that it'll keep pushing the algae out once I kind of initially get it blown out. So I'll come back with the blower again and clean this up one last time, but then these waves will end up pushing everything out. So obviously it's pushing waves toward us, but also on the backside, so anything that tries to come in here kind of gets pushed out and around, which is nice. So that's just a silly little video about the pond. I've been trying to make sure I share everything with you guys about the pond this year. How I maintain it, how we use it, what it takes to upkeep a pond. And that's just one little thing I found a week or two ago about, hey, you know, this is a good way to get algae out of a swimming area fast. And while you want to treat it and spray for it, you're not going to have that algae out of there in the next 45 minutes before people show up. With this, you can do it. And also, if you didn't know a blower like this existed, this is one of the most powerful backpack blowers you can get. I bought this about 5 or 6 years ago and never looked back. I would buy this thing 10 times over. I love that thing. It makes quick work of all of that in the fall. It's amazing what that thing can do. While I got you guys, for you normal, regular viewers, we'll go out here and check the water temp. It is early August. I'm pretty much posting this video as I'm shooting it. So I want to go out here and show you guys water temps. It's been about 60 degrees, 65 degrees at night. The water temp went from about 86 degrees around the 4th of July to like 76 in a matter of a week or so. It was crazy. Okay, well, you guys probably can't read that, a lot of algae. About 78, 79 degrees. So feeling a little better today, probably about perfect. Air temp I think is going to be 85 or so with 78 degree water, 79. Can't beat that. So I hope you guys enjoyed that one. If you are new here and this is the first time seeing any of my videos, please hit that subscribe button, come back and see me. It makes a big difference. It helps the channel to grow. It gives me a reason to keep making these videos, and honestly, when you guys comment, I love having that engagement and that community with you. So drop a comment down below. If you ever tried anything like this with a backpack blower, what have you tried with a backpack blower? Maybe like a box car or something like that. And if you have any other ideas for me and my pond out here, I'd love to hear them. As my kids get older, we're going to employ more things. A water slide, a rope swing. Thought about doing like a high-speed zip line where it's like a pulley system where you kind of kneeboard across there as they get older. Just want this thing to always be a place that my kids want to come out and enjoy. I'm trying to do everything in my power to give the kids a good childhood and give them a reason to get outdoors in the summer and not stay inside behind screens. This is a huge draw for them and all our friends and family now, and I hope it is for years to come as they get older. So I'm going to grab that blower and push the rest of this algae out of here. I'm going to wisely set my phone down over here so I don't soak it. And hopefully I'll see you guys next time. If you're seeing this for the first time and you have more questions about this pond, we dug it back in 2019. There's a whole build series. I've made tons of maintenance videos on it, and it continues to kind of be a centerpiece of our channel. So if you like ponds, pond management, pond content, stick around. We've always got videos on this pond and a host of other things. See you guys next time. This thing's a monster. Oh, just got smoked. If you do this, I promise you will not stay dry.